Let's bring in Shahram Akbarzadeh, who joins me now live from Melbourne. He's a professor of Middle East politics at Deakin University and a senior fellow at the Middle East Council in Doha. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Let's start with Emmanuel Macron's statement. What's your reaction to this arms embargo by France? Could it perhaps encourage other Western countries to do the same?
Well, it's about time. I think President Macron has really expressed a common sense approach to what's going on in Gaza. It's a call that many have made. The public opinion in Europe and the United States has been advocating for some kind of a ceasefire and cessation of arms embargo, basically, on Israel, because of the way it conducts its affair. Let's keep in mind that France was among the very first Western powers to come in defense of Israel and acknowledge that Israel had the right of self-defense after the Hamas attack on October 7. So it's not a question of France now turning its back on Israel. It's a question of common decency and rules of conduct when, in defending yourself. Israel cannot go ahead and bombard the whole population in Gaza and continue to say, oh, we are doing it for self-defense.
Many Western countries have been warning against the spread of the conflict throughout the region. Well, that is exactly what's happened. It is escalating. And to what extent do you feel the region is on the brink of an all-out confrontation? We know that Israel is debating how it responds to Iran's recent missile attack.
Absolutely. This is a very dangerous situation in the Middle East. Unfortunately, Prime Minister Netanyahu has pursued a strategy of escalation upon escalation in the region. Very, very real risk of Israeli response to Iran. I don't think that's even in question, that Israel will respond, and it will respond in force. And the strategy has been that escalation will drag the United States into the conflict. Israel has been asking the United States to bomb Iranian nuclear facilities for years. Perhaps now Netanyahu will get his chance if the US is dragged into the conflict.
And of course, there must be a political purpose to war. Without that, there can be no level of success. Do you think Benjamin Netanyahu has forgotten what the purpose of the war is, or perhaps forgotten what the end game should be?
Well, there doesn't seem to be an end game for Prime Minister Netanyahu. He has been pursuing conflict after conflict. There is no political objective except total control over the Palestinian land and total annihilation of Hezbollah. But of course, you cannot destroy Hezbollah and you cannot destroy Hamas, as we heard earlier from your earlier reporters. Hamas continues to operate, and Hezbollah will not be destroyed through military means and bombardments. So there needs to be some kind of a political approach, but that's very much beyond Netanyahu's thinking, because that would involve negotiating a ceasefire and looking into the future, recognizing that there might be grievances on the other side.
I appreciate you coming on the programme. Shahram Akbarzadeh there joining us live from Melbourne.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.